That reminded me. So one of the things I loved one of your videos, you did the terms of, you went over the frequently asked questions for FAQs for Shopify and some of these other websites. So how did they get away with this? Because I know I have clients that are adamant. They're like, no, what do you mean? That's not true. They told me it is. And I loved one of your videos where you were like breaking down, and you're like, no, that's not exactly, they actually don't say that. And when you look at the FAQs for Shopify or for Access, there's at least in my case, when I was looking at Accessible, one of my clients was like adamant, and I'm like, no, here's the exclusion. It says that if you get sued for X, Y, and Z, they're not liable. So
Yeah, that's another thing is if you read through the fine print, the whole story quickly unravels. If you read the headline, sure, like let's sell you the world. If you go to the fine print, you can see they'll admit it themselves.
right. Well, Chris, these are all my questions, and you went through it amazingly fast and on point. I definitely do want you to send me the links and the checklist, and then I definitely want to. The webinar sounds amazing, and I'm sure even business owners would be benefiting from that. Is there anything I didn't cover that I know you have a ton of videos, and I went through half your website, but haven't obviously, you have a lot of information. So
thank you. Yes, I'd like to close with that. This may seem overwhelming, but if you distill it down, it's not. And you break it down. You don't try to. Of course, there are a lot of success criteria in the web content accessibility guidelines. There's a lot of considerations to get to, but they're not all equal. Some are more difficult than others. So it's not like there's like these 50 monumental tasks. You just have to look and approach each and start to remediate based on a prioritized list. And so when you break this down, I promise you, and I'm doing just that. I am breaking this down, and this will be much more simple. Yes, there's manual work involved, but it's mostly upfront work. So don't think of accessibility as this ongoing thing that never ends and it's always difficult. No, if you take these first steps, if you audit and remediate, and then you train, you won't keep introducing accessibility issues. And then you can have a mostly accessible website going forward, just depending on your level of diligence.